Hey, good morning. It's Tuesday, April 22nd, and it's great to be here with you. I hope you're enjoying these videos. I put them out every day. Be sure to like and subscribe. And on Friday, I do a video for my Substack supporters. Go ahead and join that. Plus, on Tuesdays, tonight, I'm doing a roundtable for the Substack supporters. We have a great community. And don't forget Wednesday night, Wednesday wrap up with Z-Man. It's going to be a fun show. We're going to talk about women on the WQ, the women question. We'll have a lot of fun. You know, I never thought when I would talk about like dissident or right-wing politics, you would need to discuss at least with like the leaders type of thing, right? The face of the leaders helping us out of the wilderness, the beast people. You wouldn't think you'd have to talk about homosexual incest, but here we are. Here we are. Kanye West, I guess he goes by Ye. Just to be honest, I'm an older guy. I didn't even know for the longest time who the hell he was. I guess he's some rapper. And Ramsey Paul, he's a genius. Oh man, he's just brilliant. And whenever I listen to him, like, well, he hides it well. He sure hides it well. That's for sure. I don't see it. But I was told he was brilliant. And he became friends with Nick Fuentes, based. So, this is great. We finally have a famous billionaire black rapper supporting the dissident right, based. And I'm like, well, I don't know how the black rapper thing really works, but I'm flexible. I'll give it a shot. Everyone, you like allies, right? It's always good to have allyship. It's sort of like a BLM. They're like, you white people, you're not one of us, but you could be an ally. Yeah, we should do the same thing. We have allies. So I'm okay with it, right? Thomas Sowell, and all that type of thing. So I'm okay with that. But then he proceeded to put on like a gimp mask because he was running for president. I'm like, well, I don't know if this guy's going to really win president. It's usually Republican or Democrat, but well, okay. And so he ran for president, and I'm like, okay, what are your positions? Maybe on race or getting rid of affirmative action, because it would be good to have like a black guy say, hey, I don't want racial preferences in this country. We need to get beyond the race thing and just treat people as individuals. I could understand that. I think that'd be a healthy conversation. And you say he would come out against black crime, saying that's a real issue, especially against white people. That would be really cool. And that'd be something I could get behind. Instead, we got a guy that put on a gimp mask. I didn't even know what that was until this, but he put a mask on, went on Alex Jones and praised Hitler. I'm like, okay, can we get an optics check here? I don't know really where he's going with this. But I was told, oh, you're a boomer cock. This is the way Kanye's going to be president. He's brilliant. At least he's doing something, man. He's doing something. I'm like, yeah, he's acting like an insane fool. But I guess, if you consider that doing something, I don't see how that's helpful. Just doing something is not necessarily helpful. But that's the argument I got. And then that whole thing broke up. He decided he didn't want to go for president. He fired Milo and Nick Fuentes, and then he married a Jewish woman. He got back on his meds or something like that. It was just really crazy. And then he started to post interracial porn on his Twitter feed, based, I guess. I don't know how that really fits into what we're about, but okay. But everyone's defending him. This is a brilliant guy that really helps us. So I'm like, okay. And, people like the Groypers really supporting this guy. Like, okay, I'm trying to figure this out, posting interracial porn, marrying a Jewish woman. Then he had her dressed like half naked to some event. And I'm like, well, okay. I don't know how this relates to Christ as King and all that, but I'm trying to figure this out. But now Kanye has come out, and I'll post this on my Substack, that he wrote a song. I guess it's a rap where they like do rhymes called Cousins. And it was about how when his cousin was 6 years old, he exposed him to pornography. And Kanye admitted that until he was the age of 14, he engaged in oral sex with his cousin. So a homosexual incestuous relationship. based. I don't, I don't know. I mean, Fuentes came out and said, "Oh yeah, this is so relatable. This is the realest person around." I'm like, really, really. So this is the craziness we get in, and I know it's difficult because no one's perfect, right? God knows I'm not. I've done a lot of horrible things. Believe me, I never engaged in incest, I'll tell you that, or homosexuality, but I've done bad things, right? So I'm not pure. I get that. And everyone has issues. But if you're going to be sort of a leader, which I'm not, I just talk on the internet. That's all I am. I'm not trying to lead an organization, run for president like Kanye, but you got to have a certain standard. And you can have a bad pass, but you have to repent from it. And repent just doesn't mean saying, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then continuing to do it. That's not repenting. Repenting is like doing a U-turn. It's like you were going that way and you just change your life around and you're going back the other way. You do a 180. Doesn't mean you're still perfect, but I don't know, maybe you drop the interracial porn. I don't know, maybe you drop the all that type of stuff. And I'm just throwing this out there, spitballing it. But that's not what we saw happening. But what's really bizarre is how people will still support this. Based, yeah, this is what we are on the right. I'm like, I just don't see this. And this is what has become so weird, not just on the right, but also the left. We get these circus carny freaks that we elevate because they're famous, and we just try to grab onto them because somehow that gives us credibility, or a famous rapper likes us, so whatever he does we're going to say is based, even though it's against everything we supposedly stand for, right? I'm not a Catholic, but I would assume homosexual incest is not is frowned upon in the Catholic Church. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I guess I'll ask the Christ is King people. And posting all this pornography on your timeline. And this wasn't he did years ago, the pornography. He did that just last year after he was running for president. Based. So this is a problem that we have, is just a bunch of carnies trying to get attention for clicks and monetization. It's just not a lot of seriousness there anymore. And it's really sad. And there's some people that I think have always been very serious people, like Jared Taylor and others that come to mind, that they always have and I'm not saying these people are perfect. Everyone falls short. Everyone does things that are wrong, but it's just not this total freakish weirdness just always put out there. And then people, yeah, applaud it. Yeah, that is, oh man, way to go, Kanye. No, this is, I mean, when I see Kanye, I see a guy that I first of all, I don't see him as being that intelligent. I don't know why everyone's, they all kiss his ass, maybe because he's rich and famous, but again, he hides it from me. But he also seems mentally off, and he's just all over the map. And I just don't see that how should be like the standard of what we're trying to elevate. But sadly, this happens on the right and the left. We grab a hold of these individuals. I think Z-Man calls them carnies. And because they're carnies, we worship the carnies. They do wild and crazy stuff. The crazier stuff they do, the happier we're about. And that's part of the online generation. So if you're just giving like some news or some analysis, there's like a lot of brilliant people. I mean, people, they want excitement. They want people throwing poop. They want people, showing their boobs. They want people talking about how they had incest with their cousin. I mean, this is what they want. And it's just like this weird spiral that somehow we need to get above that. Not because we're like super better, perfect people, but we got to have some standard, I would think. Talk to you guys later.